LeBron only has one play, in my opinion, and that's to go back to Cleveland. That's his only smart, logical choice. If he goes anywhere else, it would be like, hey, I'm trying to catch Michael Jordan, and he can't catch Michael Jordan as a mercenary, in my opinion.
But let's put it where the GOATs can get a big perk. They don't particularly like him. That's what this is about, more so than anything. They'll never admit that.
Charles Barkley just said the one thing nobody else in basketball is willing to say about LeBron James and his latest free agency drama. No spin, no PR talking points. Just one brutally honest observation that cuts through all the noise. While fans and analysts debate destinations, contracts, and legacy moves, Barkley believes the real story is much simpler and much more uncomfortable. According to him, LeBron already knows exactly what he wants, but refuses to say it publicly because the truth would change how people view this entire situation. And when Barkley finally put it into words, it instantly became one of the most talked about comments in the NBA world. Sometimes the harshest truth only takes one sentence, and this time Barkley delivered it without hesitation.
So if he stays in LA, he's doing it for off-the-court reasons.
Off-the-court reasons. That's a phrase that changed everything. When Charles Barkley suggested that LeBron James may no longer be making decisions solely based on championships, it forced fans to look at the bigger picture. The trade rumors, the public tension, and the growing belief that the Los Angeles Lakers are preparing for a future beyond LeBron have created a situation nobody expected to see. For most of his career, every move LeBron made was judged through the lens of winning titles. But now there are questions about whether family, business opportunities, and life in Los Angeles are playing an even bigger role. If the Lakers are no longer fully committed to building around him, and if better championship opportunities exist elsewhere, then Barkley's point becomes impossible to ignore. Is LeBron staying because he believes another title is coming, or because his future off the court has become just as important as his legacy on it?
LeBron only has one play, in my opinion, and that's to go back to Cleveland. That's his only smart, logical choice.
Cleveland. That is the word that changed the entire debate. Not Dallas, not Miami, not some desperate contender looking for one last superstar. Cleveland, the place where LeBron James became a legend, delivered a championship, and completed the most important chapter of his career. When Charles Barkley looked at LeBron's situation, he didn't see a player who should stay with the Los Angeles Lakers hoping for miracles. He saw a basketball decision that was staring everyone in the face. The Cleveland Cavaliers already have a championship-caliber core led by Donovan Mitchell, a deep roster, and a realistic path back to the NBA Finals. In Barkley's eyes, if winning is still the top priority, Cleveland is the one destination that makes complete sense. It offers LeBron a chance to compete for another title, while returning to the city where his story began. And that's why Barkley's argument hit so hard. Because if LeBron chooses anything else, people will inevitably start wondering whether basketball is still the biggest factor in the decision.
It doesn't do him any good to stay in LA. Because number one, they're not going to be competitive in the West. And also, it's time for the Lakers to turn the team over to Luka.
Read that line again. Asterisk, it's time for the Lakers to turn the team over to Luka. Asterisk, that wasn't just a hot take from Charles Barkley. It was a declaration that an era is ending. For more than 2 decades, every franchise LeBron joined revolved around him. Every roster move, every coaching decision, every championship plan started with one question. What does LeBron James need? But according to Barkley, those days are over in Los Angeles. The future of the Los Angeles Lakers now belongs to Luka Doncic, the youngest superstar expected to carry the franchise for the next decade. Barkley didn't stop there. He looked across the league and named the teams he considers true championship threats, pointing to contenders with younger cores, deeper rosters, and clearer paths to a title. Noticeably absent from that conversation were the Lakers. That omission spoke louder than anything else. Because if one of basketball's most respected voices no longer sees the Lakers as legitimate contenders, then LeBron is facing a reality he has rarely encountered in his career. The team is or may no longer be built around winning now. It may already be building for life after him.
They're not going to compete with OKC or the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 42-year-old guy. They're not going to be competitive. It's between OKC and the Spurs for the next 10 years in the West.
42 years old. That's the number at the center of Barkley's argument. Not because age automatically ends greatness, but because time changes the way franchises think. Barkley looks at the Western Conference and sees a future dominated by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder battling Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs for years to come. He sees young stars, long championship windows, and organizations built for the future. What he doesn't see is the Los Angeles Lakers sitting at the center of that conversation. And that's where his theory becomes impossible to ignore. If the Lakers are no longer viewed as true contenders, if Luka Doncic is clearly the franchise's long-term centerpiece, and if LeBron's championship window is shrinking faster than ever, then what is keeping LeBron James in Los Angeles? Barkley's answer is simple: the opportunities beyond basketball. The business empire, the entertainment connections, the lifestyle, and the chance to stay close to family, including his son Bronny James. In Barkley's view,